Reprise du débat, continuing debate. The honourable member for Langley Aldergrove.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to speak to the government's fallen economic and fiscal update and to better understand the economic pressures that Canadians are facing. We need to look at the data. We have the highest rate of inflation that we've had in a generation. My children, all adults now, don't know what inflation is. Well, it's at 5.7% at the moment, and that means that on average, everything is going to cost every Canadian citizen almost 6% more today than it did a year ago. But if you look at industry-specific statistics, Mr. Speaker, it's much more challenging than that. For any young families in my riding of Langley Aldergrove, part of Metro Vancouver, who are prospective first-time buyers, the news is not good at all. Single-family houses up 42%, condos up 39%, townhouses up 35%. Mr. Speaker, it frankly is becoming unrealistic for young families to even believe that they're ever going to own a house. I was talking to Allison in my riding just the other day. She and her husband are both earning quite a bit of money. They've managed to save up a really good down payment. They pre-qualified for a mortgage. They're doing everything right. About a year and a half ago, they got into the market to bid on a townhouse. They lost out to a higher bidder. They tried again on the second house, same thing. They lost out to a higher bidder. They did that 10 times in a row. The 10th time, they bid way over asking price, thinking this time for sure we're going to get it. Again, they were outbid by yet a higher bidder. I was talking to Allison and she said, "What are we doing wrong?" I said, "You're not doing anything wrong. You're doing everything right. There are economic forces at play here which are beyond the ability of ordinary Canadians to deal with it." This is what the Vancouver Sun said just this weekend about this topic. Young, educated urban Canadians have many reasons to be angry with Ottawa for the ways it has worsened the housing crisis. 3 times they, the Liberal government, have campaigned with apparent earnest emotion on promises to provide affordable housing, and each time they have reneged. Canadian housing is now 100% more expensive than they first took office in 2015. So that's the legacy of this Liberal government, that house pricing has doubled in the time that they've held office. Now, one of the failed programs of this Liberal government is the first-time home buyers incentive. That's a program that says that the government is going to own a piece of the equity stake in the home of any first-time home buyers who use this program. Well, happily, very few people have actually used the program. I was talking to a mortgage broker who works in my neighborhood, and he explained to me why the program is a failure. It just doesn't work, certainly not in my riding where houses are as expensive as they are. The Mortgage Professionals of Canada, a very credible organization, has said this about the housing affordability crisis. And I quote, "If we had historically equally considered the demand side and the supply side policies, we would probably be in a far better position." Mr. Speaker, I think I'm running out of time, but I would just summarize this part by saying, isn't that a fresh idea that we're going to look at basic economic principles? And that's where this government has failed. I'll continue after. Thank you.